Welcome to Halloween Haven, your source for all things Halloween. Today we're going over the top 10 Halloween costume ideas for 2022. Cutting in at number 10, we have a tried and true classic with Michael Myers, the original slasher from the Halloween film series. Beginning in 1978, Myers has been terrorizing quiet suburban neighborhoods for 44 years, appearing in 11 movies in the series thus far. But what really makes Murderin' Michael Myers worthy of this year's top 10 list is the release of the final installment in the current Halloween trilogy, Halloween Ends, later this month. There's been some small variations in Michael Myers' getup over the decades, but there's just one distinct look. And on top of that, the look is pretty easy to put together, so pick up what you need and stalk around in a costume that's sure to kill this Halloween. At number 9, we've got another classic and a favorite of those who like to do group costumes with those wacky witches of Hocus Pocus. No doubt you've seen this cackling costume combination pretty much every Halloween, but it takes on new meaning this year after the film finally received a sequel 29 years after the original. You've got 3 distinct looks to choose from between the sisters, and there's little difference between their looks in 1993 and their new garb today. So grab your 2 best witches, dust off your brooms, and resurrect this costume that's been around for nearly 3 decades. Whistling in at number 8, we've got a relative newcomer to top Halloween costume lists with Coach Ted Lasso from his self-named comedy on Apple TV+. While it's been some time since the last season released, and season 3 has yet to receive a release date, Lasso has nonetheless remained in the pop culture conversation. This means that this simple look is sure to be recognizable this Halloween. And when I say simple, I mean simple. Anyone can pull this costume off. Number 7.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog, you're crying all the time.
The king of rock and roll truly needs no introduction. But this costume staple is making a comeback in 2022, revitalized by this year's Hollywood blockbuster Elvis movie. With both classic outfits and new looks to choose from, going as Elvis gives you a license to be a little flashy this year. So get out there and shake those hips. Batting his way to number 6, we have the record-breaking Yankees slugger Aaron Judge. He's just broken Roger Maris's all-time American League single-season home run record with his 62nd homer.
High fly ball. Deep left. There it goes! Soaring into history! He's done it! He has done it! 62!
And he's also in the running for the coveted baseball Triple Crown, all but assured the AL MVP award, and carrying his team into the playoffs. Plus, he's truly looked the part of a baseball legend while doing it. So throw on a timeless Yankees jersey, a hat, and some eye black, and swing for the fences in this costume. You might even want to put your own spin on it by wearing a judge's wig or a giant gavel instead of a bat, but I'll leave the creative stuff up to you. Oh, and ladies, you can take a trip around the bases yourself with a costume from the new Amazon Prime TV series A League of Their Own, based on the 1992 film by the same name. Any way you swing, October is a special time for baseball, and you'll be batting 1,000 with any of these choices. Flying in at number 5, we have another common costume soaring to new heights, with another Hollywood classic getting a sequel in Top Gun Maverick. You've seen them every year, those people wearing the generic Top Gun flight suit costumes they pulled off the shelf at Walmart. Well, thanks to this summer's box office smash, you'll have an excuse to be caught in one of those this Halloween. I suggest taking some time to make your costume stand out in some way though. Try adding some unique patches to your flight suit. Not feeling the classic look? Well, while the theme for this year certainly is old classics taking on new meaning, you can get inspired by some of the young guns we met this summer in Top Gun Maverick. Go for a formal uniform costume, or put your own flair on a flight suit. You can also go for a more relaxed look with the memorable bomber jacket from this film and the original. Whatever you go with, grab your trusty wingman and see how high you can fly this Halloween. We're going native with number 4, as we try and pull off Nari's brave look from the latest Predator movie Prey, which released earlier this year. Break out your eyeliner and war paint for this look, and while Nari was forced to hide for much of the movie, you won't be able to in this costume. This film kept it simple by just delivering the action people wanted, and your costume doesn't have to be any different. It's easy, fun, and flexible as you can add your own flair to it. And bring along your pup to really complete the look. Plus, guys out there can easily put together a costume of their own to match yours. Oh, and of course you could go as this new version of the Predator, but good luck pulling that off. Before we get into the top 3, I wanted to go over some honorable mentions that are good ideas but didn't make it into the top 10 this year. Our first honorable mention goes to the Targaryens as depicted in the Game of Thrones prequel show House of the Dragon. The popularity of the show seems to have picked up where Game of Thrones left off, so this costume is sure to get recognized. And the best part is there's plenty to choose from, or you could even make up your own. Any Targaryen will do. So grab a platinum blonde wig, a dress or tunic, and maybe even a plastic sword. The next honorable mention also comes from a current big budget TV show with the Harfoots from Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. You might not want to go barefoot and show off your hairy feet as the Harfoots so proudly do, but the rest of the costume couldn't be easier. Rub some dirt on some old clothes and pull some leaves out of your front lawn and throw them in your hair, and voila, you'll have a happy Harfooted Halloween. Our final honorable mention has to be Johnny Depp in his courtroom attire. Whether they cared or not, no one could hide from this year's highly publicized celebrity trial between actors Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. The gossip spread far and wide, and Johnny's consistent look from the courtroom is sure to be recognized and appreciated this year. And ladies, I would never ask you to go as Amber Heard, so I'd suggest going as Camille Vasquez. She certainly stole the show during this trial anyway. Getting back on track with number 3, it's a bird, it's a plane, oh no, it's Homelander. Fresh off another big season of The Boys on Amazon Prime, Homelander's patriotic costume would certainly wow in every setting. Homelander has truly stolen the spotlight in recent seasons, and his uniform has remained iconic since the beginning. It's not going to be an easy look to pull off, but with the success of The Boys and Homelander's seeming invincibility, you can consider this costume an investment in future Halloweens. You can strap on Homelander's cape, but make sure not to include his sociopathic personality. Of course, it's okay to act the part and go a little crazy as this star-spangled soup, but all things in moderation, folks. Screaming in at number 2, you just knew that Stranger Things was going to make this list. The hit Netflix series made a triumphant return for its 4th and penultimate season, vastly improving on the lows of season 3. So naturally, it was all the buzz this year. This show and this holiday both thrive on their creepy vibes, so no Stranger Things costume would be out of place this Halloween. And the best part about it is you have the entire cast to choose from, and they all have memorable looks for you to pull off. Pick the character that suits you best, and talk your friends into joining you to pull off a truly impressive group Halloween costume. And if you're a parent, go as Joyce or Hopper and dress your kids to match. And while you can't expect anyone outside of Hollywood makeup and prosthetic professionals to be able to do it, if anyone is able to pull off Vecna from season 4, let us know. Personally though, my pick for this year is One. He had a very memorable role in this season, and his look really couldn't be simpler to pull off while still remaining recognizable. Just pick up some blindingly white clothes and splash a little red paint on there and you're ready to go. Plus, you've still got some time to grow your hair out a bit if you start right now. And finally, no one can question her reign at number 1 for 2022. Queen Elizabeth II. She spent 63 long years on the throne, reigning over the United Kingdom. The Queen certainly had an iconic look with her hat and handbag, and her tendency to liven it up with bright colors. Or, you can don the crown and gown and go for the more regal look. And this is truly the year to do it. It's the first time the costume has really been relevant in 63 years, and we're extremely unlikely to see another queen on the throne in our lifetimes. But wait a minute, did you really expect that we would get all the way to number 1 for me to suggest you go as Queen Elizabeth, a safe but boring, predictable pick for your costume this year? Of course not! That's why my pick for the number 1 Halloween costume idea of 2022 is Zombie Queen Elizabeth. That's right, rise from the dead and rule over the denizens of the night this Halloween as we resurrect the monarch and extend her reign just one more month for this special day. In the US, we don't honor monarchs.
Halloween should be a day in which we honor monsters.
But you can honor both monarchs and monsters this year with a costume you'll remember for a long time. Comment below, what are you dressing up as this year? Did anything on this list inspire you? Also, please drop a like on the video as it will really help this channel grow, and hit that red subscribe button for updates and future videos. This is a brand new channel, and I want to make it your source for all things Halloween, the undisputed best holiday, and I have a lot of ideas for what kinds of videos this channel will offer. We're talking videos on top 10s lists, movies, the history of the holiday, lore, myths, events, legends, traditions, wild true stories, crafts, decorations, and much, much more. I mean it, all things Halloween. So, if you love Halloween, please subscribe to the channel and I won't leave you disappointed. Thanks for joining us at Halloween Haven for this year's top 10 Halloween costume ideas, and have a
Happy Halloween.